Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Here we love photography, and today we will review the Galaxy S23 Ultra, a smartphone that has been designed with photography in mind. This video will save you a lot of time, so sit back and relax. Samsung use the motto "Can you send me that?" to say this S23 Ultra transforms you into the photo capturer of the group. And indeed the auto mode is amazing, with cinematic, rich colors, warm tones, impressive pre-edited pictures. Macro is also very detailed. With Galaxy S23 Ultra, you can take breathtaking astrophotos. Simply point your camera to the night sky and shoot with up to 10 minutes of exposure. Galaxy's advanced camera sensor and fast processor reduce noise in low light for stunning shots and is good at controlling bright spots. You can blur the background to put your friends in focus. Night portraits are very well managed with the 12 million pixels camera, with nicely saturated colors. But the internet reports still some lens flare. Video is incredibly easy with innovative technology that keeps your scenes looking cinematic, even in low light. Transform a starry sky into a work of art. Turn on Hyperlapse to record time-lapses with bright clarity, speeding minutes of footage into stunning seconds. Capture up to 9 frames and see them automatically layered together to create a multiple exposure work of art. All this makes the S23 Ultra a complete, versatile and fun smartphone camera to use. A huge amount of content and reviews have quickly been published on the Galaxy S23 Ultra smartphone. Though their vast majority is overwhelmingly positive, we will also cover the issues that have emerged since. So, let's start with the highlights of the S23 Ultra. First comes a very high resolution. This smartphone can shoot images up to 200 megapixels for the very first time. It means you can zoom and crop images while retaining a huge number of details. The high resolution is achieved with pixel binning, the process of combining multiple adjacent pixels to create a super pixel and capture more light. In practice, for low-light photography you can opt for 12 megapixels pictures. The algorithms will merge 16 pixels together. Similarly, shooting 50 megapixels pictures will necessitate merging 4 pixels together. You can also shoot 200 megapixel images, but in darker situations the internet says that this will not deliver good results due to a lot of noise in the pictures. Second come its 5 cameras, which are considered very good for low light, and telephoto. These 5 cameras give a lot of creative possibilities. However, the internet raises 2 issues. 1. There is no 2x optical zoom, whereas other high-end smartphones provide that useful functionality for portraits, and 2. On the 3x and 10x zooms, there is a debate whether Samsung zooms are at the level of iPhones. And third comes computational photography. Smartphone cameras now largely rely on algorithms, artificial intelligence and computational photography to produce beautiful images despite much smaller sensor and optics than traditional cameras. Portraits at night are clearly defined thanks to AI-detected depth analysis with crisp detail and accurate color. All reviews report significant improvements in terms of color science, dynamic range, autofocus and low light performance. Oh! Before we move on and review the other key components of this camera phone, quite some work was put into that video. So if you want to help and encourage us, please click like and subscribe. Comparing with the previous version, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip has been optimized for Galaxy. It brings faster performance and is better at computational photography. It is even faster, has a more accurate autofocus and has better battery life. It is a significant upgrade the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 on the S22 version. The stabilization is spectacular and highly regarded in most reviews. Video stabilization is improved thanks to a wider optical image stabilization angle, twice as big as that on the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Of course, with its highest resolution at 200 megapixels, the S23 Ultra also surpasses the S22 Ultra's 108 megapixels. Even the selfie camera with only 12 megapixels is better than the previous version with 40 megapixels. In summary, the S23 Ultra is clearly above its predecessor. The reviews on the internet highlight the following strengths and weaknesses for the S23 Ultra. The key strengths are the powerful 200 megapixels sensor and stabilization, the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, and the picture quality, especially in low light. The key weaknesses are the minimum price of €1,419 or $1,199, the heavy weight of the 200 megapixels, 30 to 40 megaoctets, and the shutter lag still persistent. Some users reporting issues on their screens and on the image stabilization. More about that in a short moment. Moving on to physical specifications and handling, this smartphone seems really well made. The build construction is solid with Armor aluminium frame and Gorilla Glass Victus 2. It is IP68 certified, which means it can resist in small water for 30 minutes. The screen is beautiful, very large at 6.8 inches, with bright and very good color reproduction. However, several users have reported a surprising phenomenon on their screens which are getting a kind of a bubble in one of the lower corners. Samsung explained that this is not a flaw and that some parts of the display may appear to be squashed because the screen has several layers of glass that are bonded together to ensure waterproofing and dustproofing. Very strange, isn't it? Also, some users have started to report a bug and an overheating of the phone when the image stabilization is in use. However, the internet is confident this bug should be fixed with a software release. On the sensor, Samsung have decided to keep their smaller sensor size, and not to adapt a bigger sensor, which would have increased the overall dimensions of this camera. A clear no-go for Samsung. Galaxy S23 Ultra is available in 3 storage options, 256 GB, 512 GB and 1 TB. Whereas S22 Ultra version was not available in 1 TB. So, who is this camera for? This camera will really appeal to photographers, people who know how to manage various focal lenses and apertures, and the RAW editing mode. Also, anyone interested by a large screen, a 200 megapixels resolution, 100 times zoom, and versatile photo capabilities will make the investment. In conclusion, the Samsung S23 Ultra is the most advanced camera ever on a Galaxy device and a fun camera to use, with its huge number of photo-centric functionalities. Samsung have raised the bar with this camera and their fastest mobile processor ever, and most reviews on the internet say it is filling the gap with its iPhone and other competitors. This ends our review, which we hope was useful for you. We thank you very much for your continued support to our channel.